Hey there everyone, my name is Monkey Trapno from the Guys of Games, back with some more Donkey Kong Country 2, The Lost Levels. But, unfortunately, since my recording software didn't record my voice, even though I double checked everything, this is your host, After the Fact Brian. And we will be taking on the Lost Level of World 3, Frosty Fields. And right off the bat, you got Haunted Forest Archetype with a cold looking palette and the main brace level music and some fog effect, which is kind of interesting. I like the design of this level, even though the backgrounds, as you'll notice throughout the level, look kind of really bad because there's cutoff everywhere. But I mean, that's kind of inevitable. Like, it's hard to design levels in this game while making them look pleasing, which this game, I guess, didn't really care about, so whatever. Anyways, you got these two seals here, and when I first saw these, I was like, oh no, this is gonna be the gimmick of the level, isn't it? These seals being everywhere. There's the only two seals in the whole level right at the start. It's kind of a big lipped alligator moment, to be honest. Like, they're like the first two enemies, and you're just like, oh man, this is what the level's gonna be about. I mean, it's cold, there's fog, it looks icy, you know? But no, that's that. That's all they should do. Also, that ceiling was solid, so yeah, that sucked. And yes, they are solid, so you can hit those sealed buddies with their chest. Didn't work out so well for me, though. It's hard to do an After the Fact Brian on such a weird level, I guess, because I don't know what to talk about. I guess I'll just mention stuff that happened. Like, this level is very much condensed. I had to do a ton of other stuff in between dying and stuff, because, like, I think at one point I almost ran out of lives at the midway point. So I had to go over to another level and get more lives, and it sucked. Oh yeah, and team throw is going to be very important for this level, just pointing that out. I team throw everywhere because it skips like all these sections. It's kind of like ridiculous. By the way, you can throw over that wall. And for a second I was just like, oh my god, am I stuck? But no, you can just run out the side. It's no big deal. This level is a lot of, I don't know, I guess the best way to put it would be, it's kind of focused, but not really. Like, it focuses a lot on the same enemies, but like, there's a lot of random one-offs here and there too. Like the seals I was talking about, which are always kind of funky. Like, and by the way, when I was talking about clipping into walls, this is a good section that I was talking about. Like, you can kind of see I clip into that right wall, and then I clip into the left wall. This barrel doesn't bring me all the way, and then I just roll jump up there, because that's this level in a nutshell, really. Team throw up that guy, because screw him. There's this jump. I don't normally be able to make it, but you can just clip into the wall. I just realized how much I did that right off the bat. Like, that's pretty much all of the early stuff. And I get hit by this guy, because he's a jerk, and goes super speed off screen. I really don't like the super speed enemies. Like, it's an interesting idea, but it's like, it just ends up like catching off guard all the time and just being like a sneak attack more than anything. Also, as I realized from this level pretty much made me realize that this guy really likes the crocodile heads for some reason. Like, look at, he just puts them on the levels. Like, that doesn't even look like it. It's literally just a crocodile head floating in midair, and he just puts it there because it's like, well, it leads to my level. Doesn't matter if it looks like trash. And you might notice that the recording is lagging a little bit. Like, it's dropping some frames, I guess. That's not the recording. That was my actual game. And you'll find out why in, I think, like 10 seconds or so? Like, 20 seconds? And it's kind of funny what happens, but it's just, like, it sucked for me. Because, well, you'll see. Just watch. It freezes. That's not the game freezing. That's not a crash. Rather, that was AVG doing a pop-up on my screen that overrode everything else I was doing. And when I clicked off it, it instantly went back into the game, which made me drop like a rock and I died. And man, did that, like, that was actually really amusing to me because it was so dumb. But that's what happens. And yeah, more crocodile heads. Look at these things. The midpoints there. Makes you go backward for some jerkish reason, but I mean, whatever. It's cool. I think that's the last of the drop frames. Like, I mostly just did it a bunch at once, as far as I can remember. So, it shouldn't be a problem. And I eventually decided to switch to Diddy here, so I don't have to be. I can be lazy and just throw him Dixie, because he doesn't throw as far. And we got dragonflies with protecting money for some reason. Also, if you haven't noticed, I still don't like the camera. Both of his forest levels so far have had awful cameras. Like seriously, this level is better than the other one, but like even here, like the camera wants to go high for some reason. So as you saw in that last area, the dragonflies jumping off them actually made the dudes below respawn. I also died here a couple of times because like I wasn't sure what they wanted from me. And if you noticed, when I died the second time I had more lives because that was when I spent like 10 minutes going back to get more lives. This part was like half an hour for like one level before I cut out like all of like the in-between deaths and stuff. It was kind of sucky, but oh well. Also, as you can see there, nice collision. Like, the ground is like slightly above where the other ground is, so I can't actually run across flat-looking surfaces. Nice. I think I died here like twice? 3 times, I think, maybe. No, probably twice. Because, like, this dragonfly goes lower than I expect him to, so then I do that and die. I'm pretty sure you don't even have to jump off the dragonfly if I just hold left, but I keep not expecting it. So, like, it kills me. Like, it's kind of a dumb way to die, but that's kind of the shakes of it, you know? Those green, like, I forget what they call it, kaboing, the green kaboing tubes have really weird hitboxes. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but, like, their hitbox is a lot lower than the regular ones. And that's specifically because you only ever see the green kaboings with Ratley. So, like, you kind of don't really get, like, I don't know, how do I put this? You don't realize how, like, small their hitboxes is because you're always playing as an animal buddy who has a huge hitbox that can, like, jump on stuff, like, it's so much as, like, touching them from the side. As long as he's, like, doing a certain part of his animation. But yeah, like, if you jump on them, a lot of the time you end up, like, sinking into, like, their legs almost before actually bouncing off them. Remember when I mentioned about focusing on the enemies? This is what I'm talking about. Right at the end of this level, they just decided to use a bunch of pink cruncha. And mostly, see, in the regular game, the difference between the blue and pink crunchas would be that the pink ones don't, like, will, like, walk off ledges and stuff while the blue ones don't. But in reality, it's actually that the blue ones follow a preset path and the pink ones don't. That usually means that the blue ones aren't going to walk off ledges, but as you've seen in this ROM hack before, if you put like ones that are supposed to walk a certain distance on a platform that isn't quite long enough, they will just kind of walk off. And it does look kind of silly because they'll try to walk back and then just walk into the wall or something. Which is kind of interesting that, like, that's how it works. I think that actually other enemies do that too, but for some reason only the crunchers, as far as I can think of, actually have a color difference for whatever reason. It's kind of weird. Like, DKC 1 had a lot of palettes for, like, the bees and stuff that, like, each color bee would usually do, like, a certain type of pattern. But, like, this game just, like, mostly does it for the crunches, and that's pretty much it as far as I can think of. Like, the Gaboins have green versions, but the green versions just jump higher. There's no real difference in the way they, like, move back and forth. They just jump higher. And, like, porcupines and clampons have different AI where, like, they'll just walk until they hit walls and stuff. Or they'll just walk into a certain preset path. Like, it's really weird that crunches get that distinction. I don't know why. Also, this level made me wonder, like, there's a green balloon on this end of target goal, and it's like, none of the areas in the original game have a green balloon on a target, except for, like, the last level of the main game, which only has, like, which has a green balloon, a red balloon, and a banana. So, like, I'm not sure how the game does that. Like, do you have to edit the object like this guy does, or is it, like, each level have its own specific pattern that just so happens to get reused a lot? Like, can I, like, predefine it per level? Because that would be kind of cool if it was like that, actually, but whatever. Anyways, we gotta go back to the level. We gotta find the bonus with the DK coin. And thankfully, unlike a lot of the other bonuses in this game, this one's actually kind of cool, because basically, you'll notice in the bottom right corner, it's right there. I don't actually notice it for a little bit because I'm like not paying attention to like the very edge of the screen. But eventually when I'm like walking here, now I notice it. And I'm just like, oh, that's kind of cool. Because it's like, I like when bonuses are, even if though it's hidden in a random pit, there's a way to tell. And you have to basically use the camera to tell. Because that's something I always liked about the way this game hides secrets. Is that like, sometimes the way the camera tries to avoid going into certain spots is what lets you know that there might actually be a secret there. And this secret sucks, by the way. Because if you can't tell right off the bat, the barrel doesn't actually launch me high enough to get the top row of stars, and then it goes off screen and comes back, because I'm pretty sure it's the barrel cannon from that one bonus room that has like 40 seconds because it's the longest bonus room in the game, because you're just trying to get like 100 stars using a barrel, and like that's the same barrel, I'm pretty sure, but like for some reason the author decided to put it just a little bit too low. Like it's like just a couple pixels too low, and then you can't reach it because of that. And it's kind of stinky. And then this guy gets me when I'm trying to like get another animal or get a barrel. And guess what happens? That freaking cannon off screen gets me. And that pisses me off so much. Because I'm just like, I need the partner. Like this instantly becomes unwinnable again. Because I'm Diddy again with no partner. So I can't get these upper stars. And it just sucks. Because it's like I'm like desperately trying to jump to it to try to get them. And it's like, nope, not happening, man. Like, look, it's just a pixel or two too low. Like, it's so close. And on the next attempt, I decided to kill that guy because I hate... Like, it's kind of silly they put the bonus in such a way that, like, the cannon can just shoot you. You think they would have just put 2 pits and have the cannon at the second pit instead of the first one? Like, that could still potentially happen, but it wouldn't be as, like, obvious because you'd have to, like, go forward and then come back. Anyways, yeah, with Teen Throw, it's easy peasy. But, yeah, I think that's the end of the video, so... I'll see you guys next time on Donkey Kong Country 2, The Lost Levels.